Good morning, everybody. Good morning, my darlings. It is Thursday, the 25th of July, and here I am, fresh out the shower, cooled down, menopause. Not my friend today, are you, my darling? Anyway, here I am, upright, facing forwards. Look at this. 7 up, yeah, great appetizing for them, aren't I? Slay. Should have been tidying up. They're from yesterday. I haven't had those this morning. Gosh, anything to cool down. At the moment, everything's very muggy and very hot. Which brings me to my lovely subject of hello, everyone. Let's talk about the menopause. Come on, ladies, let's talk all about what's bothering us today. Are we having hot flashes? Sore throats? Are our teeth hurting? Is our scalp hurting? All of these things are hurting with me today. Joint ache, feel very fluid. I know I have COVID, but I am getting over that. I have been the very best that I have in the past, but you know, I'm here. I'm upright. I'm facing forwards. What more can I do? But yeah, just remember a bit of self-care sometimes is needed. And charging around, it's not always the done thing, is it? Let's put us first, you know. It's just so hard. And getting our partners, girls, oh yeah, to understand. Sometimes it's not easy. Maybe I'm one of the lucky ones, and my husband does tend to be a little bit more sympathetic towards me. Is it the fact that I'm chasing with a bread knife? I jest. I don't do that. But he does take care of me. Um, I hope your husbands are taking care of you. And gentlemen, a few things that perhaps you could help your lovely ladies with if they're suffering this week with the menopause, as I am. And I'm sure they are too, which is probably why you've tuned in, my darlings. Gentlemen, if you want to help your wives and they're feeling a little frazzled, after dinner tonight, instead of letting her do the dishes, why don't you help? Or put the rubbish downstairs ready for the bin collection the next day instead of leaving it to her. Or perhaps you could wipe down the counters and the kitchen table after dinner. Just a little suggestion. These things would help elevate her distress. It's not going to take away the pains that she's feeling, but if she feels as though she's got one less job to do because someone's come along and lightened the load, it does help. Helps us in our mental state up here. And this is quite important that we keep this going. We don't feel completely overwhelmed. And it lets us know that you've noticed us. We're not invisible to you. And sometimes we can be very invisible to our teenage and 20-something children, because that's the age group that we're currently raising, isn't it, ladies? Late teens, 18, 19, early 20s, going up to about 22, 23, and still living at home. And sometimes they think the H in the home stands for hotel, don't they? They don't mean it, bless them, because they are busy with their own lives. But if you should at least be able to leave some of the things there for them to put away and not carry the entire mental load yourself. Because let's face it, some of us are running our own businesses, and some of us are holding down very stressful jobs, as well as running a house. And with the onset of the menopausal symptoms, sometimes it can feel like you're walking up a mountain with a mountain attached to you. And it's not easy. It really isn't easy at all. Sorry, I've got this silly tickly cough, which is the tail end of COVID leaving me, which is not brilliant, but there we are. Fortunately, I am on the opposite side and getting better, which is lovely. Apart from the hot flushes that I've been having this morning, which have just been phenomenal. Good God. And my head, my hair, my entire scalp is just, oh, it's so tender. It really is. And my hair is just, it's taking on its own postcode today. Fluffy isn't the word. I've done a tiny amount of laundry and ironing, and my hair has just gone to Frizz City. And that is another of our wonderful menopausal things, isn't it, ladies? Our hair suddenly, it's been tame and natural all its life, and suddenly now it's like when we were pregnant, and it just takes a life on it on its own, and your hair's so sensitive, and your scalps are sensitive. Eyes, oh, how are your eyes, ladies? Have you had your eyes tested lately? I went in. Fortunately, I've still got 20/20 vision, which I'm thoroughly grateful for. Unfortunately, I've been to the dentist, and as some of you may or may not know, I've lost 7 teeth in the last 18 months. And I am going through hell with my teeth, and I am having treatment. Unfortunately, now the treatment that I've had has finished, but I need to wait for the gums to settle down, as I need total desensitivity in there for the new teeth that are going in. I can't have implants because of the nature of my gums. Something not brilliant is happening with my jaw structure, shall we say. And implants are, no, not happening for me. So I will have a delicate wire set made, which the dentist very kindly will make for me, and he will hook them into my jawline, and you won't be able to tell. And I will feel like a new woman, I can assure you. It's such a confidence thing, isn't it, girls? Here we are, worrying, desperately worrying about our. Sorry, I've got itchy skin on my face today. Oh, there. That's why I'm a bit red in the cheeks. It's also the hot flush that's going through me right now, which is fabulous, right? It's what every girl wants. But yeah, it's a self-confidence thing, you know. When I started to lose my teeth, I got really down about it. You know, I was like, oh, for goodness sakes, is there anything that works on my body? And, you know, I'm true to myself. I'm like, oh, for goodness sakes, girl, get over it. You're going through the menopause. Things are wearing out. You're nearly 50. You don't look too bad to say you're nearly 50. You know, you've still got your looks a little. Losing weight, that's good, isn't it? Still got my sparkling wit and my absolute sarcastic self. Where would I be without my sarcasm and my dark gallows humour? You know, so I keep jollying myself along, and it's hard some days to just see the funny side of things when another tooth's just dropped out of your head. Yeah, I suppose it does mean that I have less to brush. I just have to find the funny side of it, I do. But like I say, it's not easy. And it's confidence, girls, isn't it? We want to feel confident when we're going out there, when we're meeting new clients and people that potentially wanting to use your business. You know, they turning up with 7 teeth missing, I'm going to think, am I really trusting my entire livelihood with this one lady? Trust me, gentlemen. Trust me, ladies. I know what I'm doing. I might not look like I know what I'm doing, but I do. I've got a lot of experience in the department that I run. The business side. Oh, I suppose you'd be wondering what it is that I do. I tend to take care of people, yeah, and I do things for them, and I plan and organize for them, and I take the worry out of organization for them. But it's a special kind of organization. Building from what I did in my past, a lot of people come to me for advice on what to do in planning for certain things and situations, and doing things for them. If you're interested in talking about preparedness, I am here, and it's just one of my many skills that I do for others. And I do it on a consultancy basis, private one-to-one. So, and I never discuss your particular needs with anybody other than yourselves. And if this is something that you would be interested in me talking to you, talking to me is fine. You know, I'm here, I'm ready to help. If you want to engage my services, we can work out a package that is for you, and what level of help that you're looking for. And yeah, I am here to help, as well as all the other many things that I do. But yeah, so losing my teeth, giving me confidence, going out to talk to clients and things like that. I think people come to me, they get used to me, and then they come to me because I hope they feel that they can trust me. And going through menopause and preparing for that, for many ladies, it's not easy, but you might be preparing for other things as well. And it's sometimes you just need someone to talk to say, hi, I'm not feeling myself. I'm worried, and there are things that are bothering me. Have you gone through this? What did you do? How did you get through it? And there's lots of different, excuse me, there are lots of different things that worry lots of ladies going through the menopause. And, you know, I don't just talk about the menopause, I help in other areas as well. And, you know, but today we're talking about the menopause, and I just feel that a lot of ladies feel like they're invisible, and the confidence really takes an absolute nosedive. And if things are starting to snap on break and your eyesight's not as brilliant as it was, and you're having hot flushes, and ladies, maybe you're not feeling it, you know, not just in everyday life of running the home and everything else, but maybe you're not feeling it with your husband. Maybe you're not wanting those cuddles, and, you know, perhaps your sex drive has taken a nosedive. It does happen. It's hormonal changes, girls. These things do happen. And sometimes our gentlemen, our husbands, don't always understand, and they feel as though we're rejecting them. But we're not. We're not rejecting you, gentlemen. We're just exhausted. We are going into something that we've never done before. Hormones, they're changing. What we were like when we were 30, now we're coming up to being 50. We're not the same. We are your wives, we are your partners, and we do love you. We love you dearly, and we know that you love us. And sometimes maybe the moment isn't right. You know, you got a house full of children, they've come back from university, you got extra work to do, extra laundry, extra ironing, dusting, sorting the house. You've got extra work that's come through with your business or your job that you're doing. And there's all these things that are whizzing round, and suddenly you're just not feeling yourself, and you're just like, I'm itchy. What do they call it? The itchy bitchy witchy twitchies. And you get itchy skin like I have right now. And I've started taking antihistamines, and they're brilliant. And but they don't take away the hot sweats, of which I just got to roll it through me. I'm currently not taking any HRT or creams or tablets or anything from, I'm just going at it cold turkey for as long as I can. But there are other ladies out there that are, perhaps you need something. Maybe make an appointment with your doctor or your nurse, and just go down and just say, hi, I'm a lady of a certain age. My periods are starting to bounce all over the place. My cycle at the moment is every 113 days. I have a tiny, tiny period that might last 2 days, and it's nothing. It really is nothing. And then I'll go another 113 days, and I'll have another little tiny one, and that'll be it. And when you're used to having a monthly regular period and your hormones are okay, yeah, sure, you're going to feel like having sex with your partner, making love to them. Yeah, great. But there are times when you're like, I am going through this now, and I am just not feeling it. I'm trying to make time for my husband, and God bless him, he's an understanding bloke, he really is. But I think it's time that we made a little bit of time for ourselves. My daughter, my youngest, is in South Korea at the moment, and she's out there with the university learning the language, doing epidemiology and zoology. Wow, she's doing that. My other daughter, she's recently graduated from university, first class honours, is a children's nurse, and she's in and out the house. So my husband and I, we just looked at each other and we said, right, this is how it's going to be. Daughter number 2 is going to come back from university in South Korea. She's going to spend a few more weeks with us, and she's going back to university where she goes up in Newcastle. And the other daughter is just going to go off and do her thing with her work. You and I are going to have a week where we're just going to be completely dedicated to each other and try to rekindle some romance. Yeah, we booked a flipping holiday. Yeah. And I'm saying, you might not have time to book a holiday at the moment, but try with your husbands to schedule a little bit of time, even if it's just a date night. If you just fancy just being away from the kids, just go to the movies. Do something that you two enjoy, and find and make time for each other. It's very, very easy to do, she says. It's scheduling, getting time together, a night when you're not busy, you're not doing something for somebody else. It's flipping hard work. It really is, just scheduling a night together. My husband and I, it's taken us until the end of September this year to find a week where the pair of us are in sync, where we've got time, where we can book and go away. And, life should not be like that. And we appreciate that life has been 2024 this year has been very, very hectic for us. It truly has. It's exhausting. This year has been absolutely brutal. Our daughter, our youngest, has got 2 more years at university because she's combined her bachelor's into a master's. And we just haven't had the time. It's a lousy excuse. It really, really is. But I've also not been feeling it because, yeah, the menopause is kicking my ass. It really, really is. I'm tired. I'm cranky. I get hot. I get bothered. I'm a normal human being going through a normal thing. The menopause has been around for years, but it hasn't for me. And what I'm experiencing right now is full on menopause, right? I've got the hot sweats, cold sweats, I've got aching bones, aching teeth, itchy scalp, sensitive scalp, itchy eyes, itchy skin. My periods are all over the shop. And girls, I bet you're exactly the same. I say for some of you, perhaps it's time that you go and have a chat with your doctor. I'm not quite yet there, but I have said to myself when I get back from my holiday, if I'm still not feeling right and my periods are still bouncing like this, it's me. I'm going to make a trip to the doctors. I'm going to go down and say, hello, I'm not feeling very well. I'm not myself. And ladies, keep a note, keep a diary of how you're feeling. And, make a note if like one day may be worse than another. And if over a period of time you go back and read your diary and you're tracking it, because this is what I've been doing. I'm like thinking to myself, well, okay, I'm going to leave it till after my holiday and then I'm going to go down to the doctors and we're going to have some quality time talking about menopause because I feel it's important. We ladies tend to ignore ourselves and always put the needs of our family first, don't we? We put the house before ourselves. We put cooking a meal before ourselves. And it shouldn't be that way. We should be there for ourselves because let's face it, no one else is going to be there for us, are they? You know. And sometimes some ladies may find themselves widowed and on their own with young children and they haven't got anybody watching over them. And those are the ladies that feel utterly invisible. And ladies, I'm saying to you, please don't feel invisible. Please don't feel that you have to go through the menopause on your own because you don't. I'm here to talk about it. There are other ladies that are out there that want to talk about it. Perhaps we can set up a menopausal group where we can maybe one day a week we can schedule maybe I could go live once a week and we could all you can chime in and say, hi, I too am going through the menopause and these are my symptoms. And perhaps we can all compare, and talk to each other and maybe we've got solutions to how we're feeling and maybe we can pass that knowledge on to the next lady, you know. Say at the moment I'm taking antihistamines for my itchy skin and it does seem to be working. But there are other things that aren't working, like my teeth, and bone structure, things like that. That's what's worrying me, if you like. It's the back of my mind. And I'm like thinking, well, I'm 48 years old now, and yes, I really am going into menopause mode. I can feel it. I can feel my body has changed this year in 2024, more so than it has in any other year. And it's not just the stopping and choppiness of my periods that's doing this. And I'm just wondering, ladies, have you been going through this as well? Are you feeling things aren't quite how they were when you were younger? You know, I'm, I started with perimenopause around about 38 years old, between 35 and 38 years old, and now I'm 48, which is 10 years on. And I really do feel that my body's saying to me, okay, transition time. We're getting ready. You're going to go through the menopause now. if this is what it's like at the beginning of the menopause, and goodness knows what it's going to be like halfway through or going more towards the end. Excuse me. But here I am trying to navigate away, and I wanted to help you ladies as well. So let me know what you think about maybe going live once a week with, just for half an hour talking about the menopause. And let me know if that's something that you would be interested in. And if there are any other things that may be niggling you as you're going into the menopause. Are the children not helping out as much around the house? Well, I call them children. What I really mean is late teens. Do you feel as though your husband is ignoring you or isn't appreciating that you're maybe going through things that you've never experienced before, aches and pains that you never thought you could possibly have, but you do? Do you feel invisible? Do you feel underappreciated? Do you feel sad that you're no longer the woman that you were? Do you feel unloved? If you're feeling all those things, you're not alone. There are days when I can feel all those things. And I know it's my hormones because I know my children love me and I know my husband loves me. But these hormones can play havoc with our mental health. And for some ladies, it could be even worse than what I'm experiencing. You might be at your wit's end feeling as though you've got a psychosis, but you haven't. It really is your hormones. And, if you're feeling incredibly down and like not feeling very unwell with it, you're not feeling you, right? And your sex life has taken a nosedive. Your aches and pains are on your mind all the time. You've got weird cravings for food. You're not pregnant because you're not ovulating and you're not having periods. And this is a keen sign that, yeah, we're in menopause land. But if you're really, really feeling desperately down and depressed, if you're feeling depression like you've never felt it before, it's time to go and talk to your doctor. All right? You can be talking to your girlfriends, but I'm your girlfriend and I'm telling you, at this point, I think you might need to go and see your doctor, especially if your depression is really, really getting you down. Maybe you're worrying about your weight and that's a confidence taker from ladies. It is, isn't it? That and we're feeling as though we're losing our youth, our beauty. And, lots of things like that are making us feel very down. Yeah, it can mess with your mental health. It really can. And this is when you need to make an appointment and go and talk to your doctor. Excuse me, they are there to help you. I'm going to try and help you as much as I can. So do let me know if you think half an hour a week going live talking about the menopause would be helpful for you. Leave your comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video, and let me know what you think about us perhaps having half an hour a week where we can just talk all things menopause. Right? Like and subscribe, and I shall be back soon, my darlings. Take care. Bye bye.